What's good YouTube? Target here and welcome to another episode of Design and Manage, my City Skylines and Modded Let's Play series. So there's a couple of things that I want to address on this episode, so without further ado, let's just jump into it. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is that I am currently playing on the newest version of City Skylines. The game has just updated, and this update basically fixed a lot of issues that were currently going on with the game, and namely with the Industries DLC. And one of those issues was the fact that we weren't getting any money from exports from industry, from exports from train and plane, if I'm not mistaken. And given the fact that that issue was corrected with this patch, we are now making a lot, and I repeat, a lot of money out of exports. So we got the budget covered for the time being. I'm extremely satisfied with that. I don't think I will ever have to worry about money again in this city. But anyway, now that we got that out of the way, there's also some other things that I would like to touch on. And one of those things is regarding parks. So we currently have some problem getting people to our parks. For example, this one has a very low number of visitors despite having a lot of entertainment. And this one, for example, in the Leisure Island, is already at level 5, but we still have a very low income and we still have very few visitors coming to these parks. So one of the things that I want to try is going to this thing, the dashboard ferry park panel, and remove the main park policy, which marks this as the main park of the city, which will make it more attractive to tourists. So I'm gonna take that off. And now all the parks in the city are equally as attractive. But another thing that I want to do, I want to go to every single district that is located near the park, and I want to apply the prefer parks policy. And this will increase the number of visitors in each park by 10%, which is extremely good. So let's apply that to every single district that has a park incorporated. For example, I'm gonna apply that policy to these 4 parks. There we go, this one is settled. And finally this one as well. There we go. And I even think I'm going to expand the district to cover this park area as well. I don't know if it has any effect, but I'm gonna do that just in case. The last thing that I'm gonna do is set the advertisement campaign for every single park area that I have to make it draw 20% more visitors. So this is very useful and I'm gonna do that. So this one, I believe this one also needs that kind of policy. There we go. This one as well. I'm pretty sure this one, yeah, this one is covered pretty much. And finally this one. And I believe we are pretty much covered. Alright guys, look at that. Look how well this thing worked. Look at all these people. Amazing. Okay, so it seems that we are going to get a lot of development for our parks. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. So perhaps we can let the game run for a while, and we'll come back to this after we have our parks developed a bit more. And yep, there we go. Here's our first update. Let's leave that for a future stage because there is something that I want to do right now. I've been thinking, and given the fact that on the last episode we pretty much covered this entire area of the city, we have covered the entire main island, I believe this is a good opportunity for us to decorate this entire thing. If you notice carefully, you can see that on the right side you have everything decorated with trees, all the gaps are filled with trees, and on the left side I pretty much left that blank, and I was leaving that for when I covered this entire district, or this entire zone, which is something that we have accomplished on the last episode with the zoning of this little square. So what I'm gonna do for now is put trees in this entire thing. I'm gonna decorate the entire thing or almost the entire thing, because I still have to work on this coastal area and on this zone as well. But yeah, that's something that we can do right away, so I'll do that and I'll meet you guys in a couple of minutes or seconds. We'll see. Enjoy the time lapse, guys. Ah yes, look at all this vegetation ready to be caught on fire. So I filled everything with trees and also some rocks. I put some rocks in some strategic places. Let me just try and show you some of them. So yeah, for example, in this particular location I also had to zone some buildings because that's something I completely forgot to do. I left this area blank. So now I took advantage of that and I placed some buildings right next to the university. These are all residential, I believe. Yes, they are. And I've also decorated the location with some rocks, for example this one, and also these ones over here, which I believe have turned out quite nicely. And I've also placed a bunch of trees everywhere. These roundabouts I think have become really neat with these pine trees right in the middle. I think they look amazing. And yeah, as you might notice, I left this completely blank space in the middle of my city because that's going to be for the park, for the development of the park. And given the fact that this park is now level 5, it means that we have unlocked every single building that this park has to offer. So I believe we can dedicate the second half of this episode to completely develop the park and turn it into the final product that we have in mind. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I am going to think of a way to decorate this park, and yeah, let's just try and do that. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is turn these gray pathways, these normal pathways, into park pathways, such as this one that comes with the gate. And for that I just have to grab on my pathways and simply upgrade them. And that's what I'm gonna do throughout the entire park. However, These pathways, the ones that came with Parklife, are slightly wider than the normal grid pathways, and because of that we have a problem, which is I cannot upgrade the pathways that have buildings placed next to them. So one thing that I gotta do is pretty much demolish all the buildings and upgrade all the pathways and then relocate the buildings. So that's something that I'm gonna do right now, and I'll meet you guys in a couple of seconds. Alrighty, so I've just upgraded every single pathway in this park. The only thing that I cannot upgrade is actually this tunnel, because apparently these pathways are not capable of making tunnels, so these intersections kind of got this gray pattern that doesn't look that well, but that's what we have to deal with. I could simply make a straighter segment of road and then tunnel, and then that problem would be fixed, but we can live up with this. That's no problem. But anyway, now it's time for us to go to the second step of this park making, which is make a fence all around the park. And I already know how I want to do this. I want to go into the park menu. Let's go to City Park and let's select the park fence, because I believe this is the one that looks the best with this type of park. And I believe we are simply going to make a pathway all around the park. A very simple pathway, so there is no point in us being overcomplicating and make weird shapes. Let's just make very simple forms. So let me just delete this and try to make a better looking pathway. Perhaps it's best if we disable all the guidelines, and let's make a pathway all the way until the end. Same thing over here, and now we can continue and perhaps connect it here, except that it's making this very weird shape that I do not like. I think it's intersecting with this road. Let's try from this side. Okay, much better. So yeah, another thing that we can do to make this thing look even better is come here and pretty much round these corners. So make a square here and make another square over there. But these squares have to be the exact same size, so let's try and do that again. Okay, I think this is cool. Now we just have to delete these corner segments and make a round shape. So one over here and another one over there. Now let's just delete this, and we have a very neat corner area for our park. So yeah guys, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to circle the entire park area with these fences. I have a lot of area to cover. I have pretty much all of this. So yeah, I'm gonna show you some shots of me doing it, and then we are going to jump into live action again to finish up this park and decorate it. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, I have circled this area with a fence, but I haven't touched the rest of the park, and the reason for that is that I pretty much changed my mind. I think it will be better if we decorate the whole thing first with the final buildings and give the final shape to this park, and only then we make the fences. I believe that will be a much more effective solution, because it will allow us to see what area of the park is already occupied. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now. I am going to select the buildings and we are going to build our park. Unfortunately, the city park is very limitative when it comes to the amount of unique buildings that it has to decorate the park. So I will probably have to mix in other types of buildings that come with the other types of parks. So the first thing that I want to try and do is to delete this and make a row of these things. Maybe I can make a corridor right in the middle. I believe that will look okay. Now let's just try and grab these things. And perhaps we can connect them to make kind of an interesting shape. And now we can decorate the entire middle of this thing with this custom tiles. What's the name of this, by the way? The park tiles, of course. How obvious. And maybe we can make a row of these things. Okay, I think that's cool. Now what else can we do here? Perhaps let's make some park table sets. Maybe these ones. And I am going to angle them a little bit. So let's start by putting one over here and other two right next to it. Okay, cool. Let's replicate the same thing on the other side. This one, let's put one on the bottom and two on the top. Okay, so now we just need to make two more of these, two more sets. So another one here and another one right here. Okay, pretty cool. Now let's put on some lampposts. I think I want to put one here and another one here and another one here. Pretty cool. Now some trash cans. I believe this is going to be a cool addition. Put right next to the lampposts so that people don't get our park dirty while they're eating. That's nice, and I wonder if we have room for some flowers. Maybe we can start by putting one right at the end. So right over here. Now we can start making some over here. Let's leave this gap for people to get into this eating area. And let's just make a row of flowers. Okay, pretty cool. I very much like this eating area. Now we can start putting those places that sell food, because, well, people have to eat. So, I don't know, let's put some stands, some hot dog stands. I believe this is what these things are. So let's put these stalls right across the entire park. Now we can probably make two of these right next to each other. Now let's mix things a little bit. Let's place these other stalls. And finally, let's finish this off by putting these vendor vans. So maybe one here, another one here, and let's even put another one here. And now on the other side, let's put one here, and yeah, let's just finish it up with this. And there we go. We have our eating area prepared for this part of the park. I believe it turned out very well. I also want to grab this thing, this gazebo, and I want to put it here. And I want to grab this gazebo and put it here. Okay, now this area is much more pleasing. Now let's do the same thing and decorate the other areas of the park, which are going to be here. And I need to find out what kind of buildings I want to put here. You know, I think I want to turn this area into something very specific. Let's take out these chess boards or these chess parks, because I want to convert these into a specific area to play chess, which is going to be Amazing. I hope so. So let's put one over here and another one right next to it. Now let's make another pathway that cuts this right in the middle. Now let's make one right in the middle again. And I believe this is going to be an adequate location to put these things. Yes, it's going to be perfect. Now let's just adjust these sparks so that the entrance is faced right towards the middle, towards this side. Now let's place a couple more of these facing to the inside as well. So one over here and another one over here. Okay, perfect. Now let's wrap this up here. Now that gives us a bit of space to place some other buildings over here. And let's see, what kind of buildings do I want to place in there? I think I'm gonna settle with some park areas. So let's place a couple of them. And let's place a couple more aligned with the chess areas. And perhaps we can put this thing in the middle, as well as the restroom. Now let's finish it up with another park area, and I believe this is going to be fine. Perhaps I can even put another restaurant and also another restroom on this side to make it symmetric. So let's do that. So one restaurant here and a restroom over here. Perfect, there we go. And I need to make sure that I can fit a fence between the highway and also the cafe. Yes, I can, perfect. I can even leave it right there as an indication. And now let's put on the tiles over here and do the exact same thing that we've built on the other side. Okay, look at this. Look at this very pleasing heating area. It's a shame that people actually want to use these things and won't sit at this park. But I think it's very good for aesthetics. Oh, and by the way, something else that we can do is come here, make another square, and now turn this into a circular line. Okay, cool. I was mostly worried about this part of the park because, well, it's where the main entrance is. But now that we got this out of the way, I believe we can build the rest of the park much faster. First and foremost, I think I want to make an area dedicated for children over here. So let's drop in over here, and we have two specific buildings. We have the trampoline park and also the climbing frame. I believe I want to place both over here. So let's place a climbing park. Perhaps you can even place 3 of these. And over here, okay, let's see how well they look. Okay, pretty cool. I have to terraform this area, but I believe that's going to be fine. Maybe we can even put this at the middle. I might even want to put a couple of gazebos for parents to rest while their children are playing. So let's place a couple of them here, and maybe we can put another restaurant. So let's put one here and another one right next to it. And maybe we can even put another restroom here. Okay. Pretty cool. Maybe 3 of these is too much because look at the entrance of this thing, it doesn't even catch with this. So let's turn it into 2. Let's place and move this thing up to this corner, and this thing, let's put it back all the way over here. Okay, I think this is much more like it. Let's place some more of these children parks over here. These are the climbing frames. Perhaps we can even put a couple of these plazas, but for that I need to move the cafe over here. And now let's place them. So one here and another one over here right next to it. Okay, now we need to fix this thing. Perhaps we can even fit another one of these bad boys here. Oh no, that's not going to work, but we can surely place it here with another restroom, and maybe we can put one of these things over here, these gazebos. Okay, this area looks pretty nice. Now let's round this corner as well again. Okay guys, I think I'm going to work on the rest of the park area off camera, and I'll meet you guys afterwards to show you the final result. See you in a bit. Alright guys, and here we go. This is the final result of our park. Well, not the final result because we still have to decorate the entire thing with trees. But yeah, let me just show you what I've done. So I pretty much just put a bunch of parks and buildings in every single corner of this park, in every single entrance, as you can see. And I've also surrounded every element or every sector of the park, so to say, with fences. And I'm quite satisfied with the shape that these fences have taken. I've tried to make a combination of curvy fences and also straight fences. For example, in these corners there's no curved angles, but in these areas, for example, the fence does a smooth curve, which I really enjoy. So yeah, this is pretty much it. This is how the fence surrounds the metro station. And yeah, there's pretty much, if this was real life, there would be no way for citizens to get into the park without coming through the main gates first. So I'm really satisfied with this result. For example, in this situation, the fence even goes beneath the bridge and wraps around over here, and the same thing over here. So yeah, I'm really satisfied with the end result. So if I get out of the cinematic camera and I go into the park overview, you can see that we are making an income of roughly 5,000, which is really amazing. We have managed to turn this into a very profitable park, which I really do enjoy. And the only thing that we have left to do on this park is to pretty much decorate everything with trees. But that's going to be material for another episode, because this video is running quite long already. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I sure as hell enjoy recording it. I think we have made a lot of progress on this episode. We have decorated most of our city with trees, and we have also finished the park. And I've also solved the situation of our parks not having enough visitors, so I'm really satisfied with that. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, if you want to get notified every time I post a new City Skylines video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, have fun!